In the 7 times the Rams and Ravens have matched up, LA has only won twice. Week 17 brings you the latest matchup in the series, next on EA Sports.
Well, from a city that normally gets only about 20 inches of snow a year, they're getting a pretty good warm-up right now as we're at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Ravens in this matchup, you figure they've got to be looking forward to this one. They've got a clear advantage on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and they totally understand it, not just by running the numbers, but those numbers do play into it because you've got one of the better passing offenses in the league, a top 10 unit, going up against one of the poor defenses in the league. So I think we're going to see these guys take some shots downfield. But right from the start, I expect them to attack and get right after them.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback in his 13th NFL season now. It's Matthew Stafford.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Now a first down throw. Stafford got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Let's go, baby.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses.
Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Partner, do we still count this as the holiday season?
A little bit of a gray area, but I think you can.
Okay, well, we just passed it, right? Well, the gifts keep coming to our guy, don't they?
They do.
I mean, think about this now. Clinch the playoff spot. Offensive player of the week in Week 16. I think he's going to keep going. I think he's going to keep firing away. I don't think they pull back at all.
Yeah, and everybody for them rounding into form right now. After the interception, here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. They'll run here. It's Murray. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be fourth down and a few inches. They're going to run it with Murray. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on fourth down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
And the numbers for Latavius Murray last time out. 18 carries, 117 yards.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game, because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
Third and goal. This L.A. Rams defense will try to bow up once more. Jackson from the shotgun. They'll roll him out. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Matthew Stafford and the rest of the Rams offense set to take over once more. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened.
And shedding the tackle, and now some room. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Stafford. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man complete. And great yardage here all the way deep into the Los Angeles territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well. To throw is Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Rams are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Tavon Young in on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. And Stafford's going to be taken down. That's a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
This is taken at the 23. A solid stiff arm. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, like I said, he's looked pretty good to this point. They run with Murray. Murray has the first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Latavius Murray, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Jackson now to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
that is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. So, Charles, here we are, Week 17. Both of these teams playing their 16th game of the regular season. And obviously, for decades, that was the full season. But as we all know, a little strange, still one more game to go next week.
Yeah, Brandon, I think we're both interested to see how things play out next week because we know their division titles and wild card spots up for grabs. So those teams, no doubt, they'll be all in. But how would you like to go in front of a team that's 3-13 and say, okay, guys, one more time, let's go get them. If we win, it benefits someone else.
Stafford now to throw. Right side complete. That's Woods. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A give. This is Michel. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Another run for Murray on 2nd down. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 80 yards rushing for it as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So, Charles, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. And, folks, this is a 67-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
This one to the left to Higbee. A good rally to the football. Keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think at this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was the visiting Chiefs who come in and get the victory on the road. Patrick Mahomes leading the way as his guys pick up win number 14 on the year. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Deebo Samuel, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did. And that just set them up well for the second half to come. You'd have to imagine, given the snowy condition, lots to talk about at halftime for these 2 coaching staffs. Plenty of decisions to be made for this second half for sure. And for the call, we hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Indeed, Coach. Thanks very much. And that snow you alluded to showing no signs of stopping, at least in the foreseeable future. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Murray. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead. This is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. On first down, Murray. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 88 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They go back to Murray on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On second down now, it's Murray. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Open man is Duvernay. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 22-yard line.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll run on first down. Murray. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Third quarter action here in this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. They go with Murray again. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now it's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. In there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Murray. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Carries piling up. It's Murray again. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Second and 11 now. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 113 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Latavius Murray with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Ravens are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action yet. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field, and they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Stafford on first down. He'll get this underneath to Michelle, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Stafford. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Jackson here is going to look to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just said, well, my kicker's hurt in this one. No, okay.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And the pass falls incomplete. So 5 seconds remaining now in this first half. One last throw here for Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with the referee. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And this one too low.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Baltimore,
they're a win away now from running the table here in the regular season. They moved to 16-0 on the year.